Hey, welcome back, everybody. Long time no see. We're 40-ish days out from January 20th, and we're that many days away from the end of the worst president and presidential administration of all time. I just, you just look at creepy Joe Biden, and this guy, he's been in politics for 4 or 5 decades. He's 80 something years old. He's demented. He's fallen all over the place. He can't, he's riding a bike. He's falling down. Um, but I just think that, when we go back and look at um, Joe Biden was running for president in 1987, and he plagiarized a British Labour Party speech, like word for word, and they called him on it, so he had to drop out. He lied about graduating in the top third of his class when he graduated in the bottom third. Um, he 8 years as vice president. He used his crackhead kid Hunter to make millions of dollars with energy companies and serving on boards of energy in certain countries like China and Ukraine. Um, they found cocaine in the White House a couple times. Um, and then we'll get into like his after he got inaugurated in 2021 after the insurrection. He called anybody that was a MAGA supporter like a domestic terrorist. And, then he talked about the unvaccinated having a dark winter. Um, they were going to shut him out of hospitals and everything like that. Um, so I just think that Joe Biden is just. I remember he looked at a reporter and he's like, I don't care if you think I'm the Antichrist or not, and he smiled at him all creepy and walked away, shuffled away, like he had a diaper full. Um, and then you just think about remember the Afghanistan withdrawal. There was 13 people that died, U.S. Soldiers that died, and then we abandoned our allies who lived in Afghanistan, fought against the Taliban, and now they're at the mercy of the Taliban with billions of dollars worth of weapons, vehicles, and you name it. We left it for them. Now the Taliban's now in control of the opium poppy fields too. So I just that's we're not even. I haven't even got to the 10 to 20 million illegal immigrants that he allowed to come in to the country um, and bankrupt FEMA to actually have money to aid U.S. citizens over illegal immigrants, lawbreakers, giving them five-star hotels and hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars worth of stuff a month. Um, and then remember the how well the Biden administration handled the East Palestine, Ohio train derailment that basically became a chemical bomb that affected 22 other states at a minimum. The Maui, Hawaii fires. Joe Biden, by the way, still hasn't gone to East Palestine, Ohio, just so we know how many years later. Um, Look at the recent hurricane victims in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. I know I'm missing. I'm sorry, um, but the incompetence of it's Bidenomics and building back better. Okay, we have to destroy everything down to the foundation so we can, in order to build back better and give $1 trillion to Ukraine and support genocide in Israel and give them a bunch of money to do that. And you I can even go towards um, the speech that he made after his inauguration, calling anybody that supported MAGA or putting America first was a domestic terrorist. Um, the treatment of the unvaccinated people was like just scum you know, Gestapo, just, I can't even say it, Gestapo, um, you know, just the $42.5 billion was put aside for U.S. citizens and rural internet access, and not one house, business, or a single person with that $42.5 billion got internet. $7.5 billion for electric vehicle charging stations, which in less than 4 years, 7 charging stations across the entire U.S. were created with $7.5 billion. Um, you look at um, the FBI and how they were able to spy on Trump in 2016 and create Russiagate propaganda that the mainstream media just like shoved in your face. Um, Meanwhile, like people voted for this guy, a guy that was on videotape in the White House as vice president, like sniffing on young women and girls, like just on tape. And recently this Halloween, he was biting babies at the White House, Joe Biden. Okay, I love how his administration hid his dementia and decline and gaslit the American public for 4 years, denying that there was something wrong with Joe Biden. You remember Joe Scarborough on Morning Joe? He's like, start your videotapes, okay? If you don't think that this version of Biden is the best Biden, F you if you can't handle the truth, right? So we think about when he was vice president, his son was making $1 million deals on boards of energies companies in Ukraine and China, making millions of dollars under the table, the 10% for the big guy. And now he's pardoned for the last 10 years of all the crimes that he's committed. And we can't go after the presidents, so nobody's going to go to jail. It's kind of like Anthony Fauci probably killed more people than Mengele and all those demented Nazis combined, and there's nothing is ever going to happen to these people, which is outrageous. Probably the greatest crime against humanity. Um, my personal opinion there. Sorry, I'm probably going to get banned or shadow banned for this one, but Sleepy Joe, the Afghanistan debacle, 13 people died. We just abandoned 2 decade-long allies that were fighting the Taliban just to be left at the mercy of the Taliban. And then they left them billions of dollars worth of equipment and guns and explosives and vehicles and you name it, right? And then they spent all the FEMA money on the illegal immigrants that they let in. Now that have taken over all these, apartment buildings, apparently. Um, And it's just like, dude, Bidenomics, I don't know about you, but I don't like paying 50% more for everything. Energy, food, gas, you name it. Everything went up. Car insurance. Um, it's unaffordable to live in any U.S. city without like 17 side jobs and a sugar mama or a sugar daddy. Okay, so like under Bidenomics, everything's so good. Everybody, like even people that didn't like Trump knew that he was the only solution to this absolute horse manure economy of Bidenomics. And thank God that everybody kind of showed up and they didn't pull one over so far, right? So let's just go over it. A lying plagiarist married a teenage babysitter after his wife died in a car accident. A Just a sniffing on little girls on camera. By the way, you can check it out. I think he sabotaged America in less than 4 years. I mean, pandemic, the forced mandates of vaccinations, um, all the money that he made while he was vice president and president. Um, you know, F. Joe Brandon. You know, that's just how I feel about this, guys. Let me know what you think about Creepy Joe in the comments below. And all right, until the next one, you guys have a good one.
Peace.